The views and opinions expressed on this show by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the channel. Furthermore, the views and the opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host and the channel. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interest at heart or our own. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
welcome to the greatest podcast on the planet.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yolana eti po 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 po.
And they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just head home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting. I'm okay. I'm just minutes away. You can call me any day. You can call me we play. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting.
I hope alikufaka ngalo kana.
I know.
Awungeni.
Yeah,
Unasazwa ngibizela.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a special edition of the ByoPodcast Ingxoxo 99. Today we are joined by, I think, if not the most busiest person in town. The most busiest person in town, Ezra Tshisa.
Kodwa mina mdala mbukela phela ngizama ukudinga ukuthi kanti manje Mgcini abonkosi batholakala. Nansi liseGoli.
Yeah. Sikhona la. Like what preoccupies you like during the day? Seeing ukuthi you're a very busy person. Like 24 hours, you know.
24 hours abantu babekhala ndoda ukuthi since I retained wami into engazithola lapha is upside down. So mina umuntu nje olozwelo, so I'll be trying to help people. So umuntu uyafonela sokule nkinga enje. For instance, just yesterday where me and you were meant to senze the interview.
Yeah.
But there was a girl, a 16-year-old, who obethethwe ngama drug dealers. Bemabuse la ethengisa ama drugs. Inkazana 8 days engekho endlini.
Kubulawayo khona.
Khona apha ngamthola kwelinye iflat labadevalele khona. So ngamkhwatsha hopefully amapholisa azenza umsebenzi wakhe.
Yeah, I feel like indlela sharp of giving back to the community, and I feel like you're very big on that.
Yes.
You're very big on giving back to the community.
Yes. You know, if we don't do things for ourselves and relying at donor funding or relying on hulumende, that's why people like you, so when I'm impressed by you, young people doing such, surely you are the people to be supported. Siyabona nabekhulu zibebabaza sibukela omayithithi sibukela bani but they are young men and girls who are doing fantastic work. That's why they need to support such podcasts as BYO.
Siyabonga good. Before we dive into the work you do and career as Ezra Tshisa, like do we call you Budi or City Baba?
You know yourself, Mgcini, so you have started, I think we are 2 years old in this thing. Mgcini, even at 40, will still be Mgcini.
Yeah.
You don't change. In media or in broadcasting, in sports, artists, they don't change name. The names remain there for identity.
Yeah.
So Ezra Tshisa, somebody Tshisa kupela. That works. Yes.
Yeah. So like, can you tell us a bit on life before independence in Zim? How was it like growing up in Zimbabwe before independence?
Sorry, lapha ngangincane kakhulu. Mina I think usibala the independence ngandanda 9 years.
9.5.
So kunengangubona ngisakucabanga nje, but when I was growing up ngawo 80s ngiqalisa isikolo, things were fine. Wabomama wayengithuma even 50 cents. Nge town ngikade ngibuye ngithwele iphepha bag ngithwele izinto. So life was rose ngaleso sikhathi. When we were schooling zifunda amabhasi queue khona phana esidole bhali amabizo ngale godini kubhali ukuthi chabalala abantu kongela umuntu obizelayo wafika uthenga kulomuntu ophakathi ochanga umchina, so 5 cents yakho kunika ichange ungene uhlale phansi ebhasini istop kubhale stop ukuthi ibhasi yabe ngo quarter past 11 yayibe ngo quarter past 11 ifike 12 town the ham kwangela lokho kubizela imchuva yesiba khona ebusuku
Ukuthi-
ngale kubo 6:7 ibe khona ebusuku bakubizela magwegwe mpophoma legada kuthula kungela
I feel like karesi i-disorder esikhona especially ebusuku phela karesi ungachayelwa izikhathi zebusuku ulokhe ungakasuki etown yikho lapho usuka khona subhadala izimali eziningi
kwakungekho konke lokho so kwakusaziwa ukuthi labantu nxa kuyi-5 cents ukugada lokho kwakuthiwa yini omnibus izubko wakwazi ukuthi imchova ngoba yesithi advantage amabhasi ayikhona amabhasi ayesihamba hourly
Okay.
ebusuku hourly 24 hours so abantu abafuna uhamba masinya babegadani imchova igcine bachaja double imali yezubko la so kuyi-10 cents
Hey.
so uhambile usuyefika ephumula
I feel like kwakuphileka kudala
vele kwakumnandi kakhulu
So like, if you give us a context, like give us a context of a home setup where you grew up in, like let's say ngingumgcini nginje bengingumnaka Ezra bengingubhuti ka Ezra sihlale endlini eyi1 kwakunjani
kwakuhle kwakusiba le family time because ongela bo WhatsApp ongela social media
Yeah.
everyone was occupied nxa sesingikhaya so family so uxoxa indaba zangikhaya omncane omdala omkhulu abadala basuke belala sala ligwejisele ngabantwana licele siyazilalela iTV mina ngikhula kwa black and white azotshintsha ke khona phana bo 90s seniqala nami umsebenzi kodwa sikhula wawusiba ngumntwana kade singathunywa ukuthi uhamba ke emagroza wayewazi akuthemela umzali ukuthi ukuya lapha emagroza must take 15 minutes ungabona usudlula hayi uzabe ususenzana ubona
Ususenzana.
yeah nxa udlala uphuma usedlala phandle labanye likwazi ukuthi unganga kumemeza umama sokuyigijima
ube seduzane
ufaka ukudla kwakho laphana ungatshontsha chima lakhe ihlezi laphana ingasukanga ingatshontshwanga umzali wombona la nxa sasenza uleme nxa sidlala abafana ngabona kuba umuntu omdala sesiyekele ngoba umntwana
wayelemvumo yokuthi abe discipline
akudiscipline
Do you-
kwangela lokho ukuthi vele ukuthi uya-abuse umntwana womuntu hayi
akukho
Hayi.
like do you remember a time where lapha babelithume khona lahamba laselisenza into zenu endlini kwafika kwakhala uswazi
hayi vele mfutshela mangani kwakuningi kakhulu ngeke ngubalise kwaze wafika le-secondary yahluphayo kakhulu ngoba ngazi kwathiwa nyebiza abadala ngumuntu ongani angizwa ngandithanda udla samankazana so ngathatha imira yabona imira siqamwele ngayifaka phezu esicathulo sesizane secondary school ngase ngingenisa ngaphansi kwenkazana sibone so iphendla kwayegqoka iphendi lana i-pulling socks ekhathekileyo
Alright.
so abankazana aladubuka ehlika
Aya.
kwasebafana hayi wethu masumgomba uyaphila wandithatha lo mfana ongana phambili wasembu phambili estejini wasekarabha thugudu wathi phuma namane ofisini yami asabethwa sabethwa kwathiwa mbani nebiza ukazi wathi wakhala hlaba umkhosi kwathiwa mbani nebiza abazali manje yanto yabona mina vele ngandihlala lo bhutubhutu wayesesikelo endlini
okay
so ngasenzi iyadala umdala oyiloja ngoba ngathi wena uzafika pha lethi ngusibanda ngumbhudu wakhe abadala basekhaya so ngabuya ke esikolo sahlala phana esizane eofisini semina wasukumwethu masawathi Sibanda ngiyabonga ubuye lo mfana la kule nto wathi hayi angisosibanda mina nguncube wathi kuthi hantu uthe uyabuya labadala ngubani wakho lo wathi hayi kufana nokuthi ngumntanami lami ngoba hlala la mgomba wathi akusebenzi lo wahlala mbe gebhe igodi elingangawe so unganayo umfana umngane wami la wathiwa gebhe igodi elingangawe phamba onyanto ahlabe sibona sigebha from ekuseni sathatha 2 weeks sigebhe igodi
just because ufake imira
yeah ngamfakela mina nganguthanda kholo thatha imira emsesikhwameni fakela vumo
Gangile.
so ngangangile amfutshela manga kodwa kurathwa asarathwa kakhulu
I remember
yeah
recently like just weeks back attending a memorial service ka Raman
all right
ngilizwe lisithi kule there's an incident where elatshontsha khona ama drink
Oh, yeah.
bali discipline wahamba njani
sadlala ibhora esengomile wena lesidlala ibhora ama juniors under 14 sidlalela ke eMthala so senjubela phana kolona lona ke horsepower so engumuntu ovele bele into zakhe ethengisa so kade ngase nginyenye ngalabafana lokho esimile ucoach yena horsepower ukhuma lo muntu emthengisela ngase ngigaqa ngamadolo ngafika ngayihwatsha drink ngafaka phakathi kweskipa lapha ngabe lokho nginatha kathi kulomunye ombonileyo
yeah
wanilanda phakathi kweground ndidlala asokungigarabha lokho awangigarabha too good
ukuthi discipline vele back then bekuyinto vele adi normal
athi normal vele zangikhuluma phela ngakhuluma ngikhaya khona kuyathula
kwenzi bafika bekuphinde
bafika bekuphinde futhi
uphinde uthi yagaga phandle
ngathula waye lokho sithi ngibhadale lokho sifuna imali yakhe i-15 cents yakhe so udala ngaze ngabe sembuye UK ngafika ngamnika i-$50
kawan
kawana
so like having experienced life before independence kudala versus life right now ubona ngathi okungcono ikuphi
Udala kwakungcono kulo bantu babephila. Wawuziphila uzikholisela, and you could know. If I tell you my story, when I was at Northley doing my A's, ngathi waqaza ngulwa 6, isikolo nxa sivaliwe ngangihamba siyasebenza ko-ESETS. Ngiphiwa imali yami ngisebenza. Uqeda isikolo sumelele. When I was employed by ZBC, they took me ngu-Form 6 doing A levels. I was the youngest ever presented ZBC. I still hold that record. Ngangena ngilanda 18th birthday yami. Siyasebenza ZBC.
Which was it a thing yokuthi employment ibivele khona that time?
Ayikhona. They were looking for talent, they were looking for employment. Ukuthi wenze njengani so Mgcini Nkosi ngavele kwapha sikhuluma ngani ngayinengxelo bambe ZBC. Ngoba by then kwakungela umuntu le degree.
Yeah.
I-degree wahamba e-University of Zimbabwe. So nxa uhamba vele wakwazi ukuthi usponsored mahala.
Yonke into icovered. Ukuthi karesi like back then bekusebenza ukuthi maybe nxe uEzra uvela koBulawayo bekungathi kulo bandlulelo lukhona when it comes to getting opportunities kuma spaces njenge ZBC, or it was free and fair for everyone.
The lucky part was Imonto Studios was operating koBulawayo.
Okay, yeah, and I think it still is operating, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just the radio, no power, no management.
All right.
So when Sam Kitiyame is so rest in peace, so me public speaking like Sito. Watumfana lo nyawufuna. So it was July, August. Wati kumele ubuye studio ufuna ukubona. So ngihamba mina one day mphuma ngigqoke uniform enotile wafika ngenza ama auditions. Next thing was select, I said, once you finish school ngoJanuary kumele uhambe Harare for your training. Okay, finally he said the interview. So I'm Harare ngathola kwala kulabantu abafika 100 and something. So lokho sibuza bekunika amaphepha bhala laphana go and read the microphone too. So select was 5.
The whole country.
Yeah, whole country mina sasingaba bula sasingu7, but mina was the only one successful.
Successful from Malawi.
Yeah, ngena ngase trainer kwala kahlala Harare. 90 phenduka kwami khona pana trainer. I trainer 6 months there bambisa koBulawayo.
So can you say ukuthi ama audition wena lawana ila hambayo were the defining moment for you to start radio?
Yes, because actually the people who identify phela mina ngizange ngilona I'm applying. Ngoba imbonela Chisito. So I did my speech ngikhuluma ukuthi why is the world what. So the EZBC used to film those shows. We were broadcast on TV. That's when that producer said, I want to see you. Mbona nungafita ku radio.
That's eliqalisa ku radio.
Ngase ngiqalisa ku radio la. Asenza le TV.
Okay. Ngisakhumbula on Radio 2.
Yes.
Was one of the biggest shows
in some hours, yeah.
in your times, and I feel like some of our parents are still resonating to izinto ezinjalo ezazisenzakala. How big was the show back then?
Ungakhohlwa lapha kwakungela social media, kwakungela digital radio, kwakula radios, radio 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when we came in, kwazi kwathiwa yi-A team, because the person who was in charge employed young people.
Young people, yeah.
Sathi sangena sibaningi. Sathi a group of young people, and Radio 2 we took it from 2 million listeners to about 8.5 million listeners a day. So Ngisakhumbula, young when is ama-hour to Kuka Mzimba, Ezemuli, those 3 shows. So the fact that we do my bosses were very like saying, I want you to be who you are. Suggest a program, create a program, just approve it. So I suggested Ngisakhumbula when I thought that lapha ngifike ngenizwa ngenzwa abancane qha. This is a kids program I do. So ngicela ukwenza enye futhi ke yabadala.
Okay.
Then I choose uGuga Mzimba.
Guga Mzimba.
Kwasala Inhliziyo. So where I went to the elder abana 80, 90 by interview.
Okay.
And putting that 30 minutes weekly show. Abancane was daily Monday to Friday. Then I went on to say no. Let's have a family show. Ngasithi Ezemuli. So I'll talk to people basuggest bathanda ukudla bani, ubhuti wami omdala ngubani, umnami ngubani, cousin mami ngubani. Thina njengemuli nxa sigwetshi siyasithanda ingoma enje. Then I play the song. Ezemuli was every Thursday.
Okay.
Then from there ngasithi people there are incidents ezenzakala empilweni. Abanye bafelwa ngama tragic, abanye bagulele. Let me do Ngisakhumbula. So by people write abanye love stories zabo uthi umkazana ozomphoxa unkosi abhala ukuthi sakathi siyahlangana echickenini wathi uyanithekela iValentine kathi wenza mistake wabhala the wrong name ngoba yena ama boyfriend ayi2 things like that. Unkosi athi uyabona bona kubhalwe Michael. Understand sami. That day it was fantastic sexy yangikhona kwakumnandi umkhosi awele phansi aqale
Like, do you remember a story maybe crazy elas receiver during the shows like back then? Esokuthi lathi list receiver lathi laqala ngani lithwala nzima ukuthi lisibale during the show.
Iziningi kakhulu. It was a boy ayibhalile sithi when I was form 3 kwakulo nepa umama lo wayethethwe indoda not even a nepa ilojala ngiwo. So indoda yangikhona umuntu omdala, the woman was around 40, umfana was around 17. So mama lana wajala umbize emnika izinto and all that. That was sort of a grooming, I think. And then was umfana had never slept with anybody, has never done anything.
Yeah.
So umama lana wayeleke dlala la emnika emthela izinto. So into nxa ngekho kwenilanga
umfana omncane.
Umfana omncane wakada umfana na think because lama hormones agcina kuvuma wayenza lokho kwenza mama. Then they continued doing that. Umdala nophendwa umthole phezulu. Cha umfana wamlimaza wamephula ingalo yonke into lani. Umfana wavukela esibhedlela.
Yo, akungcono kafanga. Hey,
At least bro, but
still.
Wanakhona isibindi soku umfazi womuntu ndoda.
Yeah. So umfana wena wayesekholisa ukuthini? Uthi when I do it wayenika idola. Wayenika izimali.
Like
so that woman uthi vele
wayephanana
kumfana lo.
like i-value $1 back then masikhangela like the value karesi kwakunganani
$100.
$200
Ngoba ngedola ungahamba uyethenga into zonke. Uthothi ubaba lana ehola $7 ngenyanga.
Yeah, it's $8.
So imali yayivela kubaba inika umama bese ithathe
ufana even epheka kamnika nabantwana rice. Abangiba babona ama parents ukuthi umfana wenzani. Babona sechayiwe. Ubaba lasemtholile.
asibongela ukuthi akafana. But to what extent do you think you being on the radio played a role in the person you are today and the influence you have up to date?
Yeah, you see, abanye abantu bacabanga i-popularity yami I got it now on social media. No, i-popularity yami ngayithola ngise-ZBC 14 years as a broadcaster kwapa ZBC. My name remained even now when you go la ukhuluma, it remained there. Social media lesi boosting nje, but actually people knew me well before. I'm sure alikhula bethe sasilalela ubanza sasilalela.
Ezra Tshisa.
Yes.
Yeah. Mina ubudoma wena something kwabancane qha. Serious? Yeah. Usana.
So yeah.
Mina abadala nqambatshela or nqangade mbatshela ukuthi ngiyabe ngihleli phansi lo Ezra Tshisa namhla thing. Bebesithi this boy is joking. But nangu silaye lapha sihleli la.
Khona apha ke ByoPodcast.
Siyabonga kakhulu. You are very much big on sendibisela movie. You are very much big on giving back to the community.
Yes.
What are some of the projects or izinto lizenzayo in your day-to-day working?
Okay, mina sibenzele ama radio station, still work for ama radio station, ama foreign radio station.
Okay.
Like Voice of America, yasebenzela like Voice of Africa which is in London. So I do any news engizithole nyabajikela. But meanwhile ama projects ami engwenzayo ngilabantwana abangu26 embafundisayo.
Okay.
If you remember saphika umntwana umnyukazana wayese abantwana bayithengisa lapha etown. So when I came first time in 2010 mbuya from UK was qasa visit after I've left the country 2002. So ngathi ngihamba la ngibona abantwana abancane abaningi. Mina what are these kids doing? Sensime emoteni. Umntwana lo hlathi nxa ufuna short time $2. What are you talking about? No, hey 5, hey whatever, khuluma ta nyoro or something. So ngithatha umntwana mafa emoteni. Athi hey siyayenza yini ngicela imali yami. Ngazwana, I'll give you that money but ngifuna something unjela, I'm not doing anything now. Hlala emoteni. Asenze lutho phaka, asengitshela ukuthi mina ugogo umphushele ngizodinga imali. Leminyanga 13. Ngithi wenzani? Uthi ngiyalala madoda. So yiko sithi nxa ufuna short time. Ngithi okay, let me give you that $2 ngifuna ngitshela story zakho. So ngababiza bonke ama interview. So ngasithi Dranise ngifuna ikhipha la. I want to take you out of the road. So I took 15. Ngathi asambeni siyenkazi abadinga ama grocery ngakibo. Abahlala ogogo, abanye bayozali base South Africa ababodwa, abanye nje kuba ngamalema abadala ngoba baswela ngikhaya.
Abadala babekwazi ukuthi benzani?
No abakwazi. Ugogo lo engamlanda ugogo wathi mntana wami siyaphila ngani ngimthumile ngoba mbona lo sofa wa next door. ihamba ngathi uSophie bayadla basutha
umzalo ekwazi ukuthi uSophie benzani kumbe enxotho
uthi basenze ebusuku because uSophie lana abahlala next door babengamankazana bodwa so abajoyina ngiza kutshela lesitory esibuhlungu after this so uthe sembuzini umntalana wabekhuluma bakhuluma ngathi ngcono liyafuna isikole bathi ngathi kini kungomunye wathi kusefollows sabathatha umthanye ngasamdela indawo efollows wangena sathatha omunye sambisele egogwe sathatha abanye sabangenisa la but that of 15 wasala 7 abanye babaleke babuyela back to the job bengasafuna isikole because they now like enjoying ukuthi babele liquid money every day wasayithola
bese kuyi-fast money phela
so i-fast month every day ngiyazi ngiyabuya le lokuze ngithi mina one day wenza malini by then wasithi ngigode ngihamba le$6 okay. So the other one sesithi sentshela story sakhe that made me cry udwa uya first time that one was 14 however for the first time uhamba la abankazana wa 15 15th Avenue lapho sedojo omnye baba umuntu amba 4x4 wangena emoteni bahamba umntwana waphakale kuNasti ngale gane Nasti ukuthi yeqasilala that girl hadn't done anything was still a virgin so baba seqala unkalo vele was shaking so baba la sethela la ehluleke umntwana lokho ngani umbuzo ubuhlungu yathi umntwana qasumchaya ufaka into zakho uthi wenze ngani uthi igwayela lakho lincane all that nonsense
shit
washamtana nomlimazo wombamba umrepho umenza wamemdampa wamncithi $3 yakhe that girl walked from a town with blood all over azofika town hamba emapholiseni bakuthi our hands are tied kodwa singababophi so that was a sad story mkazana and that girl manage ukuphuma but ngahlathi wena alright I'm taking care I'll take years umntanami so mkazana waphuma wabuyela ngibe ngomtshengisa ukuthi enzeni wangena esikolo she was very intelligent wapasa wayenasti so graduate use South Africa manje
that's nice
so South Africa now graduate
that's a great story
so nama graduate angu4 adlule nasti le 1 eLupane
really
abanye laba bafunda khona so ibantu emancinsayo ngingabali laba ama cancer nani quite a lot of things which you do
yeah bona sengiunderstand why kusithethe isikhathi eside kube nzima ukuthi sibe sizohlala phansi sonke lapho because they are very
busy bengafonanga wona mhlawumbe ufuna umgcine unkosi bengafoni
so like ngilizwe lathi you moved to the UK 2002 what was the reason for you moving to the UK?
The reason was one thing I'm very passionate about where I come from, the region Bulawayo. When I was told because of political problems what I'm for the opposition, which I was not, just because of being fair to interview all parties as a broadcaster.
Bias.
CNN, BBC, but there are always two sides of the story.
Yeah.
So I wanted everyone to interview opposition. When close to is closing down, everyone around. So I decided to run on a strike, a protest, a resignation letter. I turned it down. I turned it down. I started up then they arrested me while orders because ZBC is supposed to take orders.
Yeah.
So I learned chief from a police. So January lapha kodwa mhla ka2 January evana ngihamba ngaphela January February ngena that's when babazombopa lapha ukuthi sekumele ukuthi ngithini ngacina mfomu kuyara
so ukulibopha lapha kwangayisi kulibopha exactly but kwakuyi directive yokuthi
ayivele bobotsho watshela ukuthi ungambe ekhodi uzambe ekambi because kuyafana ukuthi subverting an elected government
oh
yeah so njengamasotsha kwalithatha iorder
all right
so ngahamba Harare. It was February, so they took out all the programs ngazo. But saying news, hamba lewo veti le discover rallies, kinda into le enhlupha. Was what election day on March 12th. That's when lapha ngakhuluma khona.
Ngawuphi umnyaka? 2002.
Yeah, ngathi mokenzanga sewinini. Ngoba ngambona into khamba njani ngathi yawina ngasengichawuchisa mpama yonke into le
isibindi esingaka and I feel like back then beku waste bro
lapha kokro
kongela social media ndo sizibabona
kongela social media so nto le radio ngandi mina ngambona vele kumele winini yeah then umnye wasebuye zonthipha ngihlezi mina hotel engangihlala kuyo because the minister he said everyone out of the hotel insanda ukufika la to find your own accommodation mina ngathi ngiyahlala ngalele hoteleni Herald wrote ukuthi ZBC rebel refuses to leave the hotel So ngahlaba manje ngihlala uGermany umoyo may he so rest in peace wathi awunomfana umncane uma 27 sokuza kuyanga let me accommodate you ngani ngilokhu zeniyami la asengihlala khona pha ehoteleni Oasis ngahlala khona phana then while sihlezi simele ama results a guy comes wasithi ngicela ube nga mina ndoda lo nje sengihlezi labo sizibo kheme sathi ngutsotsi lufuthi thathe imali umntwana ndokumira wabe nathi zana endaba Gaterie don't go to your room kodwa endaba Gaterie ngithi why wathi hamba phuma ngaphuma ngaphandle ngangigqoke exactly zami le short le muslope wathi listen leave the country now go to Mozambique Zambia or anywhere I'm coming to pick you
ugqoka amashoti
ngela lutho konke kuse roomini phezulu ehotel wathi ngene emotweni ngihambisa sama ngene elephose emotweni unyalo koluphandle wathi ngena I'm not gonna harm you wathi ngena wathi nasi imali kati igonyethu ungahambe endlini yakho obulawa ungahambe eflatini lawo chaphansi ngoba isithi ngiye eMozambique usuke kwami lapha hamba safike kobulawayo ngabo 4 ekuseni bathi egonyethu ngibona vele abantu around le flat ngadlula ngithe ngangena kuma garage ngafika eBad Bridge
babedinga wena bebekumelele eflatini
wathi besithi ama roadblocks vele senze eBad Bridge so lapha eBad Bridge ngasengi siyegangeni luckily uTshwangera and all those people ngasemfonela watchman Ncube by then wathi uzothi abduct you wathi no ngila sesikokona ihlala kwabegangeni all borders have been sealed so you can't cross
bedinga wena
Sure.
Dodasihleli lo bani.
Story lesiyasa.
Yeah, those are the days. That's why mina ngakhulunywa ngedouble up talk of me.
You know it double up.
Yeah, so wasobuya amaguma lana mangicrossisa ebusuku. Shala ndeli Limpopo River basicrossisa ebusuku lapha.
So like
cross part of my river amanzi la.
When all that is happening, ifamily and iyakwazi ukuthi
abakwazi bethethe ichere yamba eShastere. So that's when I heard to say esibhedlela bamlimaze kakhulu. Bathatha all the tapes zami. Nje ukona bakudla bafika bathatha everything. So nhlanhla we ngase ngihamba everyone thought I was dead. Ngase ngifika lapha ngalungisela South Africa ukuhamba eUK.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did you stay in the UK?
UK ngabe ngalapha ngahlala 2002 ngathi ngabe ngo2009 sengile British passport. They deported me ala. But you are not coming here. But babenikile visa. Ngara basearch athola ama camera ahlathi. Was ngamfika ngala nje. Ngafika ngala yenza press conference so wayebuza uhambe njani. So wawula CNN BBC o Sky bethebe wonke ama camera. So that's when people saw that I'm alive and these people watch. But when what ukomgodwe lapha kwathi ndingazange ngikutsho. So they deported me ngambe South Africa. Ngathi ufona back nga. First time I entered Zimbabwe was 2010 after usuke Zimbabwe 2002.
So like manje yikuyini okwalenzela feel safe with no it's time to come back now.
Ngasenkazi ubuya after I made a complaint lama appeal with right I'm no longer in Zimbabwe. So ngibuya ngizobona ifamily ngibuya ngevisa. Ngabe mbuya then after 2017 later a new dispensation. Yakukhipha konke lokho. So that's why ngibona senze ekhaya
full time
eside ngihlale umnyaka wonke ngabuyelanga because of that.
Oh, but like I just locally buya.
Yeah, lokho ngibuye my family phela abantu abambale phela.
Okay.
So ngiyabuyele UK ngihlale UK got a house there ngapha ngiyahlala. But I enjoy ekhaya than there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Labantwana abama twins eh?
Yes.
How is it like being a father of twins?
And there's a problem yakhona. The lucky part ukuthi bengalwa lava bodwa nje babukela so basothane bodwa bahagane bodwa.
Okay.
That's right. But yeah, they're fine.
I'm not looking mind blown nge-story lesi engikhetha kusizwe like you have a strong bond with Highlanders Football Club.
Yes.
Like how does that come about?
Highlanders when I tried to play football kwanomkana ukuthi ngiclopers dlol. But Cloppers was ethatha while I was going to ZBC kwangasadlaleka ibhora. Cloppers was emthatha Highlanders. So Highlanders is team very family kule ngisupport. And then in 90s lapha isiwina I was going with it in Africa. So I travel as a commentator because ngangenza soccer commentary.
Okay.
So I was traveling the Highlanders ema countries wonke la Seychelles, Mauritius, Cameroon, Tanzania hamba la. So Vele was like always part of it, Highlanders. So very team vele ngakhona ngithanda. So I'm very passionate. I want to see Highlanders doing well. Xa ngenzi kuhle so ngiyafuthela na play.
But I feel like 2023 i-Islanders ibisiphose yasinika i-hope.
Yeah.
Like ibisiphose yasinika i-hope.
But manje the problem is bayinanzelela. Bayinanzelela ama team idlala njani because the current coach udlala one style is too defensive.
Alright.
So when only 3 midfielders, so my team amaningi ayirida. That's why I started counter. Even go past the top, sasingadlali kuhle. Only teams that's a week. When they picked the form, that's when they countered us. So sikhutile league as long as I think 2006.
2006 dog.
Yeah.
Kanti 2006 vele thina abanye I think ilihlo siwile
Ngaboni.
liphelele elokusupport ibhola belingekho.
Hayi wasemncane kakhulu. Ongaboni lutho. Inkosi wayesezelo.
Nkosi, awusuzele
2006.
Hey, I'm grade 6, man.
Oh, also great.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any question for Ezra before we continue la?
Okay, ngizokhuluma nge-media ukuthi he has been ku-media le broadcasting for the longest time. So I wanted to find out ukuthi back then was it sustainable to be a broadcaster lokuba ku-media compared to now? How is it looking like? How has the landscape changed? Because I think it has changed.
It has changed a lot. Before, salary sasingayikhangeli thina. Because ama-corporate ama-companies were advertising, sponsoring programs. So imali vele wazi ukuthi hayi National Broad is sponsoring me on this. Uthola kushow yakho ye-4 hours. Kulama advert which when was uthole 50% of that or 30% of that ngawakho. So that's why most people made money through through an advert. So no popular. Got a guy talking Peter Jones, that one used to pocket a lot of money. Because I said, oh, sponsored, no sponsor. They will teach matters. So they usually sponsored there.
They were sponsored like.
Yeah, it's so. But then e-radios, nobody was watching foreign. When abangonanzelelanga, babe sithi bona, they introduced this thing, ukuthi yenza the standard of broadcast to go low. Ukuthi bathi kona is now local, 100% local on Radio 2. Almost 99% local on Radio 2, Radio 3, 75% local. So what killer competition? Then we have artists coming up, what we record for the sake of recording. So ngela quality, and then that's when the birth of my satellite dishes came. Satellite dishes came after 2000 because of that. After 2002.
So like back then, begule diversity lane ukuthi.
Ukuthi abantu bezikholisela without just looking at ukuthi abantu vele no one wants to miss a show on radio, no one wants to miss a show on TV. Because wawusacha wonke amasopo la wabona ku-America ayidlala udlala ezalapha, but there's no way someone can be glued on TV to watch farming right through the day.
Mrimi
Wanasi, interviewing vets. Yes, they should have their shows, but it shouldn't be dominated throughout.
Yeah.
Because when you're tired, there's no way you want to go home. It's an evening. You've got teenagers, young girls, young children growing up. What do you expose them to that?
Yeah.
Who wants to listen to that? So because I'm going to gadgets, my phone.
Yeah, because it's 20 my phone in here.
It's 20 my phone is going to post TV be boring.
That was a good poor vele.
Yeah, is a TV and I fagi British football.
English Premier League.
English Premier League. Right. But we want my highlights. So everyone be glued. Not Sunday, Saturday, they are called easy poor. What we are seeing in South Africa now used to happen here. Freedom, there's some kito, showcase.
Everything was happening.
Or tin scene, or one man. So everyone felt connected. That thing belongs to us. Now that the TV which is here, it doesn't belong to the people. It belongs to the elite. I wonder which one.
Maji, do you think that are we ever going back to that period where TV binjalo, like talent will scout abantu bethola ama opportunities fairly?
And I wonder if let's say give me a chance when I'm at ZPC. There will be maybe few producers who remain in the studio for particular programs. But I'll be doing like what we see overseas, like what we see in South Africa. Give people like our podcast. We want a program like this, or we deliver. pay you so much. So different people. Akala South Africa, go and watch even their soap, they come from different companies.
Yeah.
Even when anyone go TV live, it come from a different company. It's very rare what do ACPC production. What do Mzansi production? No, Mzansi have a logo here, but that comes from somewhere.
Because I feel like we've tried it with EQ and a TV lazy corner with try maybe a podcast with TV but I'm at deals and these in ezingathi ziphelele endleleni for now. Yabunga was with maybe ngikulo muntu osuke wafika wavimba phambili khona
and that's where the problem is. And then on that sebesithi wena sesikunikile who advertise it because when was bhatama workers zakho. We are commissioning you. We want this show 52 weeks, or one show 13 weeks, or whatever. Let's agree on the man. We'll pay you 50,000. Then I'm an advert. On top of that, I'm an advert. Tina, say tata 30 or say 50%, now 50%. If someone comes and say, I want to advertise BYO podcast, then a advert corner, that basically gets 50 when I get 50.
And I feel like that's a fair deal. If imali sibili mayingena vele like that to
yes.
organization.
Oh, normally when South Africa about charity, lina njalo lenzile. Nasala 30% at 70. When South Africa they enjoy the mileage. Yabanika yona. We popular. What listenership eMzansi be 2 million. That's what they enjoy. Because abantu bafaka imali kukolo. Everyone wants to be there. So if in this country we can do the same, broadcasting, or design as ZPC, let's improve. Let's start now. Let's find more producers out there, people with their own cameras and everything. The program hambas it tape to play.
Kuphela.
Nothing else.
Because I feel like okunye ungafuna wena ukuthi ube involved in the production. Like also kunike 100% because already kule admin ekhona eyenzakalayo.
Vele nalona who tells that person who produces it knows everything. You can't say, I know children's program, I know news, I know documentary, I know this. No, you can't.
That time I wonder, I'm sure sebele mnyaka eminingi besebenza khona ngale. You can tell.
Because the way, that's why they're not going to improve. Low protected job yak. Just now what they do is, they put there for the sake of, they cover time. They don't care how many people are listening. There's no way that a national broadcaster, people will shy away from a national broadcaster and tend to pay them $50, $30 to watch South Africa. Because there's nothing for them. Good TV.
There's really nothing for them.
There's nothing for them. When we are connector with watching, I don't want to be talking too critical of them, but what can connect you to force you to get as a TV now? I said, I'll say, Mama satellite. We are able news is 8 o'clock, is 9:15. From there, actually very old. Bafake iminda le ukulima le farming. Bese ufaka lo TV, bafake and very old movie yabo 1980 something. 90 something.
But do you think Konoko like is done on purpose or
no? It's the people who are not even interested. They just want to be earning money. Because one thing they actually close you out.
Alright.
Close you out abavela bakufuna umuntu onjalo.
Yeah.
Bafuna lana ukuthi kuyathensala ngoboss, mina imuboss wangikhona uCEO, yimu producer omkhulu, yimu director weshow lesi.
Uzokuthiwa selifariza manje.
Yeah, it was Farisa. You might change program here, but go and check. How many people are watching it?
No one.
Yeah.
Like we are living in an age where social media is the daily thing. And I'm sure you still use it as well for your daily show sometimes. Yeah. You do live videos on your
I do everything,
Facebook pages. How do you handle negative comments? Because I know I want to actually freedom of just passing out my comments.
You see, with our people, sorry to say, BYO still podcast, but the minute it's soul. I want like it when they say things, they always think, how can I be negative? How can I attack this? I want a mundo who comes here to support. For instance, we are not talking of the person that they are now attacking the mother of the child. You understand?
Yeah.
Instead of attacking the person of Anjwe, there are people who are waiting for that. The problem with social media, yes, it's a good side, but it is very bad. It's very toxic because it's unregulated. Nothing will happen to you. That's where the problem is. amanye amazwe yabobona sithi vele ba strict lani ukuthi
Yeah, kwamanye amazwe ku-regulated, siwile.
yeah uyakubotshela but lapha uzabona umuntu ethi bayisole but ubuza ukuthi umgcini is trying kodwa kulomunye ozabele negate kuyinko no.
Yeah, because mina into engingayi-understand iyo ukuthi okay sharp maybe nxa sibe le guest lapha on the show and isho ile disclaimer ukuthi whatever the guest says it's not
That's so wena.
does not represent what
Yeah,
we
no.
advocate for as a show. Umuntu abuya khulume whatever khulumayo lapha and then abantu sebeqasa uku-attack i-platform.
Yes, that's where the problem. Bakithi platform le jwala libona siyabe ku social media la, and the one thing these guys are trying on their own. Into engikhulumilele ngiyami mina. Especially I don't want you to see attacking these boys.
Yeah.
Attack me ngaw le problem lami ngiboxa ungifonele because me ngikhulumile. Yena wants information from me and I'm here to open up. And I don't usually open up but because abafana bekhaya la I open up sizama ukuthi sibakhuliseni babone. We should be sharing them. Uthole linele kwazile lihamba lethatha ezangale angitsho ukuthi ngitrapeze but lihamba lethatha ezangale uthole libhizi ndiyachaza nje madam boss ndibani bani kodwa umfana kini umgcina bonkosi alithi ukuthi namba abantwana bethu asijikeleni sibasupporteni ikhule ke iplatform ehamba abantu bebeyazi lina ngwene iself hate sebantwini bakithi yangesabisa.
Khona it's something I've noticed like for the longest now. Not that I'm begging ukuthi abantu like I'm making people feel guilty for liking izinto ezingekho la. Thola ukuthi ayisiyo wonke umuntu ozayithanda i-podcast le. We understand. But you'd find ukuthi in platforms content of some parts of the countries is curated.
Yes.
You'd find abantu bethu like the people you know when your friends everyone like
What?
bakhona ngale baxokozile like bafuna ukuthi ama opinions awazwakale but when we have the same platform ekhonapho
problem I think suffer from inferiority complex that we don't believe in things which are from us into ezivela kithi izikhalelwa very low which is they are accepting that we are second class citizens in here because if isiphakamisana njengobulayo ukuthi we are like a competition amongst ourselves ungana sifuna ukuthi bani vele wani ngongcono umuntu lwana wangale uphumela bese bephinde buze futhi bekhala abantu ukuthi hey ngapha siyancindezela kodwa yini encindezela ikonsider iself hate esibantwini bakithi yesabe uyakwazi ukuthi bona ngitshele one thing ungazi ubabona ngale the way aba defend umuntu wakibo akube le scandal or anything and zanika mighty because was convicted and saved jail did we see the sympathy avela kwe abemenzela yona mighty went to prison kodwa ayibona sympathy yakho everyone mighty
omlandila
bekhala bathi welcome back ama-views ayakhona bethaba welcome back siyakuthanda mathithi sina udla amare bani kodwa kuthi uconvictiwe wathola kathi udlile imali kodwa khawathi bamthande njani abantu akibe bamdefenda ulazama ukuthi bathethe bebedefenda ukuthi it can happen to anybody hey this and that but wena wakithi nganda ube ripped apart by the same people athi ngwakibo njalo ngilitshela nginje mina ngathi umhlaba wonke ukhona egcikeni if everyone wants this platform to grow if you sacrifice $1 mbele 50,000 abantu afala bali 50,000 bayifaka endlu yabo estudio esinzima ukuthi abantwana bekhaya
protection isebe sesiphuma layo la because like
and laba bafana bazancedisa abanye abaweyayo futhi even it can be a school abafundisa khona production that's what we are asking for and lama corporate ama company avela kithi khangelana into ezinje to help our own that's why we can grow otherwise endlelo enzana babuya lezi studio bezofaka khona babathathe off because Lina don't support your own.
Because I feel like Tina, we can do our best in trying to keep the lights on to a certain extent.
Yes.
Yeah, figures card is what you've been doing like konoke sikwenza for the longest, but agula ma returns eswakhangeleyo. In as much as we're doing it because we're passionate, we're doing this because we're passionate. We're not doing it because sifuna something in return. Siyenza because yakuthanda, but in a Zimbabwe setup, passion cannot pay the bills. Like, suke ezindlini sidlile or uzahamba endlini uye kudla. Ukudla kusuke kuthengwa ipassion. Yikho lapho sokufactor in khona izinto ezinjengabantu. Like abantu ababukeleyo right now. Umuntu angadecide ukuthi akhiphe $1. Cabanga ukuthi abantu abangu 100 abazabukela maybe episode le. If bonke bekwanisa ukukhipha $1
$100 uzothenga idatha. Idatha nona lizafana beyabachaya so khona manje uthi ncede bani ngitshela khona mina ngalitshela ngathi persevere but into lezi yenzakala
Yeah.
One day Zamala, things will turn around. It just so into none nje okuzavela. Ka you're gone. Base kuthi lesho lwana Mgcini lo nkosi abe interview eziba sebe ngamamogole media.
Yeah.
That's how it started. Mina ngazi Simon Cowell enje. Uthi no one believed in Simon Cowell. Until it was what the richest media mogul. Simon Cowell. Yamazi Rogers of British Got Talent or X Factor banibani. So into lezi lizikhangele lina just persevere because something you love. Hopefully abanye abalalileyo business people labantu yazithi into le email fundwe vele ordinary people who actually watch it.
Exactly,
Kuyamela ukuthi vele ifunda abantu watch it. I'm sure abafana la nje abekhula they will introduce a button lapho. A button le ezachawuthwa iPayPal. La nibafakela kwabo UK, ku America bomfaka $1 and all that. They get something, then from that money they can purchase data at the same time. Ingakhula
Le equipment
baya
sharp.
le equipment enye bangezelele. That's what is all needed. They've got no job. They were decreed people, but about a job. Unless we support them ourselves and try to do something for them.
Yeah. So like we have a culture lapha ekhaya yokuthi we tell our viewers ukuthi we have a guest coming and bafake imbuzo esingalibuza yona and we just pick one.
Okay.
So umuntu lapho esipike i-question yakhe odecide kuba anonymous uthi we should ask you about the allegations are we or like of being sued by Ukuda Mahachi, which were they true in? Is it something that happened? Was he suing you for defamation of character?
Not at all. I saw it on social media. I've never received any summon or anything. I go back on social media, but nobody sued me, and I was ready for it.
So it's fake news.
Fake news as usual.
Yeah.
It's fake news. No one has sued me. All those people saying they're suing me is people trying to intimidate me and bully me. But I stand for the truth.
Yeah.
And one thing, I don't hate anybody, especially from this side. I don't hate anybody. No one. I only hear the stories. I know of Fogoti. There are people trying to kill me. Went to witch doctor in Durban and all that. And the press called me. Ngati, I'm just hearing it because that person ended up finding me.
Yeah.
But I got from Gubulale, and then these are your photos. So I was meant to kill you. Was that endo done? Amakhosi akho lawo nyasabo lawo. Nyawasaba amakhosi akho. Ngishayile ngawugadla. Ngihlekile. Umuntu wathi angibhadali imali ngomgadla ngakuphinda. Kodwa ukehlekile. Kodwa hayi ngizoxolisa. Kuthiwe ngikhulume la ngilele ebuthongweni ukuze amakhosi akho angixolele. That's how I survived. Ukuthi uyabangazi ukuthi omunye umuntu uzalwa mbani.
Yeah. Like looking back at your journey so far, you've done a lot of things. Yeah. Is there anything that you wish you could have done differently?
Is it getting into politics? Where I went, I was rigged in 2013. I tried to be a member of parliament. I was leading in the winning with over 2,800 leading. When the presiding officer was about to announce, she was stopped. Said, don't announce. They refused to announce my results. And then I only saw a newspaper after 1 month that I lost by 156 votes. So what 2 year rival, I mean 156. Yet it was very ngangitshinga 2,800 and something. That I regretted because Moken Songray said no, hamba obula town. But I decided to say no, mfuna ekhaya kithi.
Yeah.
Because my aim was to develop the area.
Yeah, ekhaya.
Yeah, ekhaya.
So like the thing ongathi you regret or into ongafisa ukuthi ngaba uyenze different
town because there are a lot of things which need to be corrected and the people who are representing the people here they don't do nothing. I'm sorry, my honorable Zako and my parliament, most of them are chasing after cars, hotels, but they're really working for the people. I find that is nothing. There's no way you can be in parliament. You find that you finish your 5 years with no change. We look at the Hansard, there's nothing you say. So what are you representing? We represent only in parliament. We shouldn't be having all the problems we are having in the region if we really had strong people. To sit in Malunga and they won't go around the way talking in parliament. Yeah. We really need a man who can fight. Like what you fight for his place, by develop. But if you're gonna be in parliament and don't say anything, ucandwaza canda umele develop egogwe benkai kumbe lopani.
And I will change yabo.
Akula nto ezenzakala.
I will change
Yeah, but when they campaign, they say we want to limela zenza lo. But who can come and show us a tangible evidence? That is, when I've been 15 years in parliament, this is what I managed to convince the government to do. Zero.
Yeah. To a person who is listening or seeing you for the first time, an unemployed youth in Zimbabwe right now who is clueless, or an aspiring journalist or a radio personality, what advice would you give them right now?
Looking at the way things are in Zimbabwe, to be honest, it's time to look for other jobs. The problem that the apprenticeship in Zimbabwe is non-existent at the moment. It should do jobs, it should do courses which can make you be self-employed. That job of that course of saying that catch, forget it. Who is going to employ you? The few people who graduated are employed by NGOs from this area. They're employed by NGOs. That is if you're lucky. But you go there, parents are paying huge sums of money, going to do a degree. Who was with human resources, who was you're doing this. You're actually wasting your time and money. The better the degree you do is one which can make you self-employed. Anything else, when you are looking for employment to do a degree these days, to tembuti mnanza employer, where is him gonna employ you? First of all, ask your question. My media houses in Zimbabwe, there are very few. So if you find in a class, Ilopana State University, you down 70, do media studies, and now to down 100
media studies.
Who is gonna employ you?
Induzangaphi?
Uzakuyana. Was the
ByoPodcast.
chronic site one man was 2 or 3. So guy.
That's really
So I'm not discouraging people from media studies. Let me tell you one thing. I became famous any studies in media through training. Creativity does it now. Well, a broadcaster cannot train somebody to be a broadcaster. It has been new. Just like football. Messi, you can't teach Messi how to play football. It is in Messi. Ronaldo is in him. Just like a broadcaster. You can't train someone who no. It's a talent. Just like a music.
Yeah, it comes
It comes with a talent. It's a talent. But when not everyone so that's why you find a radio station, TV station, all people sounding the same. Sounding the same. Unless somebody announces sometimes you don't know all these national radios.
All sounds the same.
It all sounds the same.
Yeah.
Tina, what was different? Radio 1 is Radio 1. All seasons of it. Ufagile and you was lay Radio 2. Lay Radio 3. Over Radio 3, I call my youth, the young ones, my kids. And then look at the presenters who could attend for this teach matters. We're not going to make a mistake. Mgcini. Now, that's how we build our names. I went to my degree lang and say, ZPC.
Yeah.
First one, I went to 8 years in ZPC. Then I said, ZPC and say UK. That's how things are. So what I'm saying to those who are starting now, ask yourself, is this course going to help me? And then who will employ me? Those are the questions. Is there any creation of employment? Is zero. People come here with the companies, they bring their own labor. They bring their own people.
They bring their own labor.
They bring their own people. Then you find, I'm a corporate, sorry to the corporate world. You come in here, you have your conference. Then you fly a team of people who come with the videos to film that thing. Yet you can take the boys, local boys. You see what I mean? That's how things are. The local boys, even while I'm a camera, and most of them relying into some waiting. What are we waiting? But when it comes to the corporate big companies, they always bring people from there. Babu yakona bana bale conference ya Renpo, sitata babu ila ndo kona bunga fly hlelo hotel film, they go back. So that's how our country is. I'm sorry to say ukuthi sibila abantwana nyakwazi bafuna isikolo and all that. But if there was a way to find the apprentice so that it trains you to do something, uzazenzela wethu
uzile practically.
Yeah, ube self-employed. Akho ezi human resources uzosebenza.
Eish,
Ngena ngabe vele.
yeah, ne.
Yeah, good trick.
Do you have a question before we close, bro?
I just wanted to ask ukuthi umdala na ubona kwakhe ama solutions. Of course, ama problems is easier to identify problems.
Yeah.
But in his opinion, what could be the solutions to some of the problems we're facing now, considering the economic landscape, maybe a bit on politics as well. If yeah.
A problem with Zimbabwe can be solved easily by being fair. If we become fair as a nation, if there are strict rules that they implement a devolution of power, so you know that I'm finishing a NAST, I'm finishing a Lopane. The companies here or the government ministries here won't bring someone outside 2007. You work here so that my youth are employment. I can also to have South Africa. You'll be forced to go to South Africa for greener pastures. We got to if there is a law or a rule, like everybody, first preference should be local boys, local children, local girls. Let's not bring. But now, including NGOs, I love Marupin Gwanda. He stopped an NGO who brought drivers, cleaners, Lavanda says the office from Marare to Gwanda. And then it was reversed. Watatama local. So if all we have got the people who are leading us, they say implement the devolution. So that then we have a chance. What the ladies into go to Koblawayo, go to land we are needed so la manje you go to government buildings, government offices, go to ama private companies, solar. Everyone is brought from outside. So if there was a way, even you want to invest, you are forced. Can you imagine if when Britain used to come in here or with Chinese, they were bringing all the labor from China to come and work with nobody else locally working. The British bring all the white people to come and work for a Barclays Bank. Now they're taking advantage with it. They say we are all Zimbabweans. But you are disenfranchising them. So I wish that there can be fairness and a just society whereby tolerance will be there. Say, no, give those people who belong. Let Pinga have their own people working in Pinga. Let Victoria Falls there. Then unless it's an expert, or to lead an expert, then you can bring from somewhere. But I'm going to go clean the studios and Napomundo. So it's a very corner. Come unfair.
Yes. Let there be fairness. Ezra Tshisa, Sibanda, thank you very much for joining us today. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ubuyile subuyile sa recorder subonile ukuthi thina singabafana abasharp thina singabafana abatrain like ubone ngani mbani like mbani umuntu ofuna ukumbona ku show lapha next time like mawuza uzihlalele ngini usufuna ukubukela i show le mbani umuntu ofuna sihlalela phansi lapha
owakhona beZimbabwe abaningisela benza emfuna ibabukele maybe thatha umdala uJames Mara beselamenza
sikamini
James Mara bini uyabuye vele UK halwana ngakuninga ngamtshela abuye thatha umJames Ramini of course ngiyavunyelwa bias
uvunyelwa
nomunkwali
nkwali I think kulomuntu siyakhuluma ukuthi sihlalele phansi I think we should mele sibe
la utshone semazweni
othandidlana.
All right.
Okay. Those girls they've been singing, they've gone overseas and all that. You know Ubuntu.
All right,
they're coming back and they can link you back at the show about the beginning of December. They'll be having exciting stories about all these tours.
Then
football Tatu Zenzo Moyo.
Kule ntombi yakho leyana ohlala uyiposta ama video so
ugokuros
ugokuros
akakuthi amatafula uyiprobose awukawukela ukuthi abodle indoda so ugokuros we can make arrangements
we can make arrangements
abuye lapha just to make it exciting libe interview ayifuthi ixoxe la ngambisa.
But I know. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, people who are watching. Like we said, please support your own boys. You're coming home. 2 years. Let's see something. So, I'm going to challenge. These days, we're going to do even well remit. I know there'll be 1 or 2 people that tell us that I podcast. Please, I'll more of these stories. Exciting. One time I get it. So please support them. Asifake nini whatever donation. Asilibhadalisi but sithi donation. So
I
that
feel like ebantwini bonke sebeke babuya kusho la akula muntu sesimarketing ngendlela Ezra
Simarketing,
marketing like even thina la I don't think siyake marketing ngendlela enjalo because sometimes it's like sibone ngathi maybe
No.
you are being a burden
No,
to
my
the
sister,
people.
what are the churches doing?
Yeah.
Olomnikelo $5 kanikela ichurch lekhule benze njalo.
Yeah.
But lathi nansi into entertainment. Well, yes, especially about overseas embacela because lihlala silesi sizungu. But shows like this, they keep you like you are at home. Uyabona yonke.
Yeah.
Abantu abafaka abantu abalocal
When
khona.
we really do that.
Yeah,
but
thank you very much.
But what I assure you is quality episode le mayiphuma. I saw you disappointed. Seven grand.
Ah,
Abefaka
very
imali
high.
izaphuma iwesi ukudlula la.
No, ngibukelile ezinye ngabona this is pure quality.
Yeah.
So abantu babukele khona pana iyakhula le page le link bazasithola lama link sishare ku WhatsApp share ku page
I
le.
feel like futhi singahle sifake lama like likhulume lama pages nabantu lapha
Yes.
bangalifollow khona
Okay,
bangafollow.
hayi mina vele ibizwe ngizalwa ngalo angiqala utshintsha. Ezra Tshisa Sibanda everywhere dinga khona apha kuphela uqedile.
Ezra Tshisa Sibanda.
Everywhere.
Imagine ngabe wayeli 2K Ezra.
ngikhohle ukubuza ukuthi Tshisa walazinika mbili ibizo sibili
Libizwe kakhulu but what coincident enzakalayo ama fans lawo. Athi umfana uyachisa lo because when I was 18 kathi umfana uchisa kanganga bani. Awuyachisa mfana vele yena ukukhulu wami wayengichisa. So yahle yabuya yangena.
lahle lathi khoqo
And then le political party ngo99 kole ngoma kasenyaka uthiwa chisa mpama. So they used to hire me uchaya mashweni mashweni bathi baqasa slogan sathi chisa mpama chisa yahle siwa kwabe mdisi. Thank you very much.
thank you
Thank you.
Danko.
Sharp man.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
lana ethi pupupupu.
And they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just head home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting. I'm okay.